Penis. Is your mic unmuted?
1, 2, 3, 4. That was a short one this week. Welcome back to the Young Cubs podcast. My name is Michael.
My name's Sean.
How are you today, Sean?
Thank you.
We're talking consent this week.
Yep, it's important.
The homies talk about consent. That's
real.
That's real. That's real friendship.
Did we consent to that fist bump just then?
I consent to it.
Okay.
I feel like we're already.
I feel like we're
making fun of
taking.
it.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't be taking the piss out of it.
We definitely shouldn't be taking the piss out of this one.
Is that what we're gonna start with?
I don't know. Maybe let's start with some lighter stuff. Should we talk?
How about seasonal depression?
Yeah,
Let's
got some real happy topics this week.
Yep, full of joy.
Did you want to maybe do
what? Which one? You got a list in front of you.
What's it called? Listener mail.
Sorry?
Listener mail.
Yeah, man. Let's do the listener mail.
And while you get that up, I'll kill some time with a little story. So this is just a quick tip for all of you out there. Bloody combine your superannuation. It's no good if it's in multiple supers. Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter because it all just makes money anyway. But it's just good to have all your stuff in one place.
Put it in one place.
I made a mistake recently, as in like the last few months, where I thought I had it all consolidated. Turns out there was a mishap when starting a new job where I gave them my super to like use. Yeah. And then they were like, they didn't get it in time. So they made one for me and then mine arrived. Yeah, okay. And so because they made one for me, I was like, oh, I got the email saying they made one for me. Yeah. I was like, I'll consolidate all my previous super into this new super. And then they got the details of the original super I wanted and started contributing to that. Yeah. And I closed my account after pulling all my balance out of my old one.
So where's your balance at?
And so they've been contributing to a super I no longer have access to.
Oh, okay. So you have to go in and get access to that new one.
I'm gonna have to contact contact Rest Super and bloody get
Rest,
it all
bro,
sorted.
give my money back. God damn it.
Well, first I have to actually contact my employer, get them to switch over who they're paying super to, and then contact Rest and get it switched over to the current one. But it's just a bitch.
You have to use your laptop and stuff.
Yeah,
for that?
I wasn't paying attention to my pay slips and seeing where the money's going. So yeah, I do have to use my laptop for it, and my laptop's also ate shit.
Also not working.
It keeps on restarting randomly.
Yep.
Worse than usual. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mentioned when I got this laptop, which was a few years ago. I remember having to return it. I don't remember what it was for. I don't know if it was a boot loop, but I remember I got it, and me and my friend both got the same laptop. Yeah, mine was having this problem. I went straight back, and I was like, I remember I turned it on straight away. Like I went to the place, went to JB Hi-Fi. I was like, look, I just got this last week. Turned the power on, and then I remember, I think it just like got frozen on a screen or something. Yeah. And I was like, it's just not working. And he's like, cool, I'll just get you a new one. He just gave me a new one.
Oh, really?
And then, that's it.
See, I don't even know if I would be willing to take another one.
You want something different?
I just feel like I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I don't trust the computer. Maybe another one would work.
Unless like you're blown away, like if you really like it, then fair enough.
I like the idea of it. But so far, it just hasn't been working in the way that I hoped.
Yeah, okay.
And because it keeps running, like I keep trying to do things with it that are kind of special to that laptop, and it's like you should be able to do with it. Yeah. Like you can flip it around, like you can detach the screen, flip it around, and like put it back on its dock.
Backwards, yeah.
And so you can close your laptop with the screen up and use a pen. Yeah. And because it's connected to your laptop, you can also stream to a second monitor. And so I've been using my laptop as like a notebook while streaming to my other screen.
That's pretty cool.
And having my lecture up.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a real cool setup. And it worked for the first like half an hour and then it just crashed.
Oh, really?
And now every time I try and do that setup, which I should be able to do because it allows me to do it, it just crashes. Yeah. And now more and more things are making it crash. And I'm like, what? Like, we started up Audacity, which is the program we used to record. And it just crashed and it got stuck in a boot loop.
Luckily, it crashed at the end and not halfway through the episode.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's annoying. But I mean, this laptop does the old flippy.
Little computer rants.
The old flip thing.
Yeah.
And ever since I bought it, I haven't used it since. It's a handy thing to have when you do want to do that.
So yours it's a different type of flip. It just folds around. It just folds
around. It doesn't detach.
The keyboard becomes like the
back.
Bottom, doesn't it?
The bottom, yeah. It has a thing where like when you flip it, the keyboard cuts off inputs. Like while your fingers are pressing the keyboard from behind.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't like work.
Yeah,
so nothing comes up. But like I got a pen as well. And it's like it's just not perfectly seamless. There's still like weird,
Yeah.
like some applications I use and I'm like trying to like write like a page and then like my hand might move the screen a bit and it's all just a bit weird sometimes. It's not perfect.
That's what I really loved about my laptop at the beginning. Is that it was seamless.
Yeah.
Like it was so responsive and fast and like so nice to use, but then it just kind of kept having problems and I'm like,
just kind of kept
it ruins the immersion, doesn't it? You're like, oh, look at this cool
this is a cool laptop, but then it's that thing that annoys you and you're like, oh, that's really annoying.
Yeah,
that's
maybe not worth it.
What's you gonna get like a refund instead?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope I can get a refund.
You've had it within what?
It's like $2,700. So I bought it. I bought it at the end of last year.
Yeah, if it's within 6 months, you'd easily be able to get one.
Yeah, so it is within 6 months.
Yeah.
I haven't had it for too long.
You got it from JB Hi-Fi. You probably got a digital receipt or something you can use.
Yeah. So I've got. I think I've got a digital, and I kept the hard copy of the receipt.
Yeah.
But do they? I don't know. Do you have an experience with returning? Do they?
I got a new one because I was like, look, this isn't working. Like I showed it to them, and they clearly saw that it wasn't working, and I had the receipt, and they saw I got it. Like it was within 2 weeks of me buying it. Yeah. So that they just went, yeah, cool. Like I just wanted a new one at that point because I liked it, and I was like, just give me a new one, and they're like, here's a new one basically. But I didn't ask for a refund or anything.
A full refund.
I'm sure you can get a refund.
Because how would I even I guess maybe start filming if I think it's about to have an issue.
A video is good. I was lucky enough when I walked in, I was like, this is the problem. I explained it to them. They're like, oh, let's have a look. And I was worried that it was just going to work then. Yeah. But immediately as soon as it had that problem, so it was good. Yeah. But 100%. If you know what causes the problem, just take a video of it or something like that and just show it to them. Because you're not going to go in and lie. Like, you're not like... Yeah. They'll take you seriously. They're not like, oh, yeah, you're trying to get a refund.
A company that big's like, they're pretty big on customer service anyway. So if you push it,
so it was pretty seamless. They were just like, we'll get you a new one pretty much. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's my afternoon. Literally the last hour has been trying to fix my laptop.
It's annoying. It is
frustrating.
Problems.
It is frustrating.
Yeah.
But listener mail.
Yeah, sorry. So we had a few people write in about our ice cream chat from last week.
Ah, yes.
And I remember we were meant to put a story up and see what other people would, their opinions.
We didn't.
You're
in charge of the ice. You're in charge of the Instagram
I didn't,
at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. But we have a few people who wrote in something anyways.
I did think about it multiple times this week, and I thought, I wonder if Sean's done it. But I thought, let's not push it.
Should have dropped me a message.
Let's not push it.
Dropped me a message. This is your fault that I forgot.
I reinstalled Instagram just to message the Young Crumbs to say, hey, you should
by the way,
make an ice cream post.
Best ice... This is from Charlie Bravo. Is this one of your friends, I think? Let me show you that.
I think so.
You think so?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think?
Do I know?
Oh, no, that's...
No.
I know.
No, he's one of our mates, but we kind of know him through
mates.
Mates
of mates.
He's a mutual mate.
Through mates.
Yeah.
Multiple mates. Mutual mates. I like that.
Mateship.
Mateship. I like that. Mutual mates.
Mutual mates.
So he gave us our Subway order, but we're going to read that later.
Okay.
But best ice block. Overall, Cyclone. Best value for money. Paddle Pop Icy Twist. Best ice cream. Almond Magnum. Special contender ice cream is normal John stick, but when you bite the top off, you stick gummy bears and crunchy M&Ms into the rest of the ice cream as you eat the rest. Blue Ribbon Vanilla is best large tub. This man
ice cream.
This man ice cream. That's what I'm thinking. That's a great idea. That's awesome. You know when you ever get plain vanilla ice cream?
That is a much more intense answer than I was ever thinking would happen.
That's good though.
That's a lot.
I don't put gummy bears in ice cream though. I don't know if I like that.
I feel like they would go very hard.
Yeah.
Too gummy-ish.
Yeah. Too gummy-ish.
Yeah. When you bite them, they shatter.
Yeah. They turn to glass. They cut you up. I don't know. I feel like it's a different. Like I 100% rate blocks of like chocolate in ice cream. Yeah. You ever get like scoops of plain ice cream at home and then you just put like crunchy and stuff in it? Delicious, right? Delicious.
Have you ever heard of the old homemade ice cream cake?
Yeah.
So you get like a big 4-liter tub.
Yeah.
You melt it, or like let it melt.
We used to do that for Christmas.
You disperse it into like 5 equal portions or whatever, and then in those portions, you mix in whatever you want, like
flakes,
crunchy flakes,
Maltesers,
like gummy bears. Who knows?
Multivitamins,
multivitamins,
a bit of Panadol,
some vitamin C orange tank tablets.
Delicious,
yummy. But then you pour it back into the container one layer at a time.
Yeah,
and it makes a homemade ice cream cake, which sounds delicious.
It's delicious. We did something very similar, but instead of like putting layers, you just put it all in. Like you pretty much just unscoop the whole tub.
Yeah, okay.
You like put it in a bowl. As it melts, you just slowly mix it all in, and then you just pour it back into the tub that you initially got it from, and then you just put it back in the fridge.
I do like that. You make like your own Milo.
Yep.
Your own Milo.
Put Milo
ice cream.
Some Inner Health Plus Today in there.
Budget ice cream.
You
ever see those like money saving hacks? But where you might save a few dollars, it costs you like 4 hours of effort.
Yeah.
And you're like,
just so dumb.
Man, not worth it.
Yeah, not worth it at all. Yeah. Nah.
Okay.
But that's not one of them though. That is a good idea that I want to try.
Right.
I want to get gummy bears in my drumstick.
Yeah. We need to start reviewing some.
Have you had a cyclone before?
What's a cyclone?
I know what they are. Like they're the like it's on a paddle pop and it's like twisty.
Are they colourful?
Yeah, it's like green it's like green and orange. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had one before.
I don't think I've had one before.
Nah.
I can tell what it tastes like though, just by
Yeah. It's like sour. It's like a sour.
Maybe a little sour. Very sweet though.
Yeah.
But nah.
Yeah.
Nah, never had a cyclone.
Yeah, that's an ice block.
My parents, nice icebreaker. Thank you, Charlie.
A nice ice
block breaker.
Yeah. We also got another person who wrote in, but what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think my parents were quite stingy when it came to buying us like treats like ice blocks. Not stingy. Stingy's not.
Are you okay?
No.
Have you been able to recover from it?
I try not to think about it.
Yeah,
but they like if I went to a survey with my mum and I'm like, can I get an ice block? She'd be like, no, you idiot. Why do you want an ice block?
You goose.
No. Do you think we're made of money? No.
Wow. Are you okay, Michael?
Look,
we struggled.
But so I never got to try outside of say school or like the odd when I'm an adult. I've actually gone to the shops and thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to buy myself some ice cream because I missed out on it as a child.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you have one and you're like, I don't really want the other three in this packet, do you? Do I?
Yeah. But then you leave it there for later, and then you're like,
that's all right.
Yeah, then it's convenient.
Yeah.
Cole also wrote in.
Okay.
On the topic of ice cream, did you have Coolish when in Japan?
No.
So it's like it looks like a yogurty type thing.
It does.
Me and Michael
looks like baby food.
It does look like that. Me and Michael went to Japan like a year ago. But I can't say I had that.
I didn't.
I'm not going to lie.
No. Is it a famous Japanese thing or just like a thing that they have?
It looks really familiar though. I remember I had
lots of like yogurt flavored stuff. Like Yakult.
I remember I had jam donuts once.
Yeah, Yakult probiotics are really cheap.
Oh, you had heaps of those.
I love them. I think they taste so nice.
I hate it.
And so I was having like 3 a day. I was going over that. I was going over that recommended amount.
I remember in the snow. I remember you bought heaps and you were having like 3 a day. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure at one point we looked up how many you're meant to have.
Yeah, it's 2
and it's
a
like,
day.
It's like 2 and you were having like 4.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But they also have like drinks there that are like yogurt flavored, but they taste like Yakults, but they're like a soft drink.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I was drinking heaps of them and I got real sick of them soon.
Yeah.
Because I tasted one. I'm like, these are great. I love Yakult. Put those two
these
things
are great.
together.
I love Yakult.
And then put those 2 things together, and next thing you know, I
love Yakult.
I've bought virtually a case.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm not getting through these, and I threw some out before he left.
I remember that. That was funny. I remember. I think we probably mentioned this before, but I remember when we got to the snow in Japan. We were there for like 7 days, 8 days.
Yeah.
So when we first got there, we went to the grocery store. Like a big Japanese grocery store.
It was the first grocery store we went to.
Yeah.
We were there for like 20 days previously.
Yeah. And I remember with me as well, and I think a lot of us, we bought like we went crazy because we saw all these like cool things. Like I remember a mate of ours bought like this real chocolatey cereal that like had like, do you remember that one? It had like chocolate in it.
I tried like 1 spoon of it off you and I was like, I don't know how you eat a bowl of that.
Oh,
like, that is hard.
It was tough.
Imagine Fruit Loops, but like,
it's worse.
Dialed to 10.
Yeah. It was. So our friend bought that and I remember I had like a little bit of it in a bowl, like just with some milk, and I was bouncing off the wall. Like it was crazy. But then I remember we went again to the grocery store when we ran out of food, like for a second time, but this time we all just bought like just like healthy stuff.
We all got vegetables.
We got like vegetables and like chicken breast, and I remember like people made stir fries and stuff that night because we just didn't want ramen, and we didn't want we just didn't want anything like processed.
I think by the end of that trip, we were so sick of like salty food.
Yeah,
like that, like ramen and sushi and like soy sauce based stuff. It's just so salty. You're constantly thirsty.
Yeah. But sorry, Cole. We didn't have that. No,
didn't have
but
it.
You
What's
had
it taste like? Hit us up. Did he say what it's like?
No, he didn't. He just said, "Did you guys have this?"
I'm imagining like a go-gurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm imagining as well.
Yeah,
something similar to that.
Yeah.
But a coolish undertone to it because it says coolish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've been watching. I know it's a banned topic, so we'll just move through this really quickly, just super quickly.
Just got to pick up the pace.
All right, movies. It's movies.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a movie real quick.
Super quick.
Only because it's a recurring like story that we've come back to this a few times.
We've mentioned it a couple times before.
So if you know Justice, should we do a quick recap or should we not even bother?
I'll like do it still real quick.
Like 5. All
right. 5 seconds. You got 5 seconds. Ready? So, 3, 2, 1, go.
DC movies, the Justice League movie.
You're too slow. You're way too slow.
So the DC movies, there's a director called Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And he was directing the Justice League movie.
The movie that came out like 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2017.
That Justice League movie that came out with like real life people in it and wasn't very good.
Yeah, wasn't very good. He turns out got fired from the project or like forced out kind of thing.
Yeah.
He never got to realize his vision. Like
he never got to finish it.
He never got to finish the movie he wanted to make, and they got another director on board. People started a petition to make him remake his version of the film, which he's just done.
Which it just came out, and it's 4 hours long.
It costs an extra $80 million
by
the studio. He did it. It's in a weird aspect ratio.
It's like 4 hours. Yeah, I've seen it. It's like full squared. It's very saturated.
It looks like a square.
Yeah.
Like it's not a widescreen movie. It's a square.
Movie.
And it goes for 4 hours.
I've
watched half of it.
Yep.
I'm really enjoying it so far.
I've heard a lot of people say it's actually quite good.
It's it fills in a lot of empty, like a lot of space that needed to be filled in.
Yeah.
But it's still very, very long and slow.
Yeah, 4 hours is 4 hours is probably.
It's too long.
I'm trying to think of the longest,
I see. The thing is, I stopped. I watched 2 hours last night, and I stopped. I haven't watched any today. I'll probably finish it tonight. But in breaking it up, I'm happy leaving it here and coming back tomorrow, and I'm really excited to go back to it. So I think having that break helps a lot.
Some people say it's good to consume it like episodically, like you sort of just do it like
the movie's actually set up in.
Like stages.
So it's like episode 1 or phase 1, and then it's like episode 2. They're like chapters of a book. It's really,
is that how it's set out on the streaming service?
A title. No, not on the streaming service, but a title pops up in the movie saying like
stage 3. Or
yes, chapter 2. Yeah. The Age of Heroes or something.
Oh, okay.
And it's like
that's really
kind
cool.
of fun.
Yeah.
But they're not equal amounts. They're all like one's 20 minutes at the beginning, one's an hour, then whatever.
Well, that's just a bit weird.
It's
actually that's not weird. That makes sense.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay.
A lot more than the original.
I want to watch it. Hopefully by next episode, I would have finished it.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can have a little, just a super quick chat.
Yeah.
Super quick.
We'll have super quick chat.
On the podcast.
We might even, maybe a bonus episode.
Maybe.
Just talking
about that.
It's not going to happen.
No. I'd say it would be funny though. It's like if we upload our regular episode and we have like a bonus episode where we just talk about that and see who actually like listens to it.
Oh. Maybe
people actually enjoy us talking about.
Maybe that's what we need to branch out into other people. Maybe we'll pop up on the streaming service algorithm.
By just making
the podcast sharing algorithm.
Yeah.
But because Zack Snyder's Justice League is a trending topic right now.
Yeah. Well, I saw because I run our Instagram, not very well, but we do a decent job at it. Well, I do a fairly minimal effort, but I remember there was a thing that popped up because we made it and it's a business. There's things that pop up like from Instagram themselves where you can promote yourself and you can pay like $30 to get like your story or your post out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a little interesting thing.
Should we?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
We might eventually.
Maybe. We've had some people reach out to us as a podcast and be like, hey, do you need editing or to be set up with sponsors?
And then did you say we don't even edit it ourselves?
I'm like, bro, we don't even edit.
Yeah.
Like, why would we pay you to edit?
I feel like in the past we needed to edit it because we were a bit like,
Yeah, definitely.
But now we're very much just like, we have a list of like 10 topics here and we can just chat about almost anything.
Yeah. We're a lot better at keeping the conversation flowing and keeping it going.
Yeah.
Although I've re-listened to a few lately, just to see where we could like be fixing up in quality. And I've realized I say like and a lot, and so I'm trying to stop.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, because
now
I tell you what,
Yep.
my mom's gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
My mom listens to almost every episode.
Does she say it?
And she says nearly every single week, "Can you stop with the likes? Oh my god, can you stop saying like?" And I'm just like, I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up.
Yeah,
Man.
you just did it again.
I just did it. Yeah.
It's really hard to stop
It
once you
is.
start, or
Okay.
once you.
All right,
once you
let's
get in
stop
the habit
it
of it.
right now.
No, because it's going to be a terrible episode because we're going to keep on saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
you said it,"
Yeah,
interrupting the flow of the conversation.
Yeah. Okay, we'll stop.
I'll just wink at you from
Yeah,
across,
yeah, I like
from
that. A
across
little
the
wink.
room.
Hey, buddy, you.
Hey, you
You know
said
what I
it.
mean?
You said
Yeah.
it, mate.
You said the L word.
I also noticed last week I swore I said the C word.
Did you?
Yeah, like just out loud, like real obvious. And I was like, oh man,
You were like-
my mum sometimes listens to these. So if it's one of the episodes where she is going to listen,
What was it about?
I can't
You don't
remember.
remember?
I think we were talking about people.
People.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
Anyone in particular, or-
we were talking about people that like overreact.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I just did
Yeah.
it.
And,
And,
I know it's hard,
We're
but
talking about people that overreact to situations
Okay,
and get
yeah.
really angry and fired up. And I think I said it then.
oh, okay.
But I also realized that if I'm a teacher and if this ever gets back to the kids and I'm just swearing my head off on this podcast,
You don't swear your head
probably
off
not
on
going to
the
look
podcast.
good.
I mean,
I think I say a pretty punchy F word and C bomb sometimes.
yeah. I mean, F-words, but like a C word can be quite offensive to some people. I mean, when the mics are off, you're just dropping those C words nonstop. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's hard for you to switch that off, so I understand.
Sometimes I meet someone and it's not
And you go, you're a... you're a...
it's not something that I
C-word.
realize at the time.
Yeah.
But when it comes up, I think to myself, oh, wow, yeah, I'd never noticed that people don't swear.
Yeah.
So you ever met someone that just doesn't swear? Like some people
Yeah.
make that conscious choice to say, I don't like the sound of me swearing, so I just don't swear.
Yeah.
Or I don't like swearing, so I don't swear.
I think it just depends who you're around.
Yeah.
I try not to swear at work. Like if I drop something and I drop an F-bomb, I'm like, wow, it feels weird saying this at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't usually...
I'm wearing a uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just a bit strange,
Yeah.
so I get that. I know what you mean.
I think it definitely depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
But sometimes you notice it about people, even in a situation where it would be completely okay to swear. You're around other people that are swearing and, it's a pretty lax social situation. And when they say or mention that they don't swear, you kind of realize it and you're like,
whoa, that sounds weird.
Yeah,
and
you think, you don't swear. It's kind of nice that you don't swear. I don't realize that.
So
I don't realize that I don't like swearing until I don't hear it.
Yeah.
Until I realize I'm not hearing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it depends what it is.
I keep saying like now that I've brought it up.
Well, it depends what it is, because because when no, I lost my train of thought because I said the L word.
Anyways, the L word.
The L word, yeah. No, well, the person that doesn't swear that you're talking about, or is he talking about yourself?
No one in particular.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
I swear a fair bit.
You swear heaps. No, I'm just kidding. You don't. It just depends though, because I feel like there's some swear words that aren't too bad as others. If you get what I'm saying.
No.
You don't agree?
I mean, yeah. No, I do agree.
Yeah.
But I found as a teacher, sure.
You are a teacher.
As an
educator.
As an educator.
A lecturer.
Of the youth.
Of the youth.
I've realized that a lot of kids don't swear with purpose.
Yeah, they just sort of say it.
It's every second word in a sentence.
Yeah.
And as a result, it just sounds disgusting. And it also takes all the power away.
Yeah.
So
of the word.
Yeah, so it's meant to be used as a punchy word to kind of make a point or emphasize something. Say I'm really like upset about something and I say, I'm so fucking upset. And I don't usually swear. People will think, oh,
wow, he's
upset.
Yeah.
Whereas these kids say it every 2 seconds. And so they don't know how to swear. Someone needs to teach them how to swear.
You should do that. You should do it.
Maybe I should do it.
You should teach them.
Hey, if you're going to swear, do it right.
Do it, hey, like this. Well, if saying them more often, wouldn't that mean taking the power away from swear words? And that means there's no swear words ever. That means all words are the same.
That's a great question.
You know what I mean?
Imagine
see you later, swear words.
Imagine you're a foreign you're not a native English speaker.
Yeah.
And you're learning English, and you meet someone who swears a lot.
You'd be like, what is this person
and
saying?
why is this person inserting this word 4 times into a sentence?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be weird.
Yeah.
I think if you're hearing it like that, then it's probably too much.
Yeah,
you're swearing
a
bit
much.
too much.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it in myself. I'm gonna try and stop swearing.
Yeah. Stop swearing and stop liking.
Mm.
Got it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop liking.
All right, moving on. I want to talk about depression, Michael. Are you okay? You sad or you're good?
I'm very good lately.
You look out that window and you're not depressed?
All I see is rain for the last 4 days.
Exactly.
Which is what brings you to this topic, right?
I'm depressed as hell. No, not really. No, I was talking about seasonal depression. Do you think it's a thing? Do you find that when, obviously now we're in autumn, you know, the clocks are going to get reset soon, so it's going to get darker quicker.
Yep.
You know, it's colder. It's raining. Yeah. Do you feel yourself a little not depressed, but you're a bit like, oh man, this is kind of a bit of a bummer, a little bit.
Yeah.
You find that?
I think a little bit.
I found that a little bit too.
I wouldn't say it's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
But I do know seasonal depression is a legitimate thing for a lot of people
too. Yeah.
I think there's I would consider it like when you're, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an analogy here. You know when you're at work and you do something different on your shift?
Yeah.
And you think, wow, this is really nice for a little bit.
Yeah, something
and
different.
Then you have to keep doing that same different thing, and then that becomes the norm, and all of a sudden it's not as fun.
Yeah.
And then you go back to what you used to do at work, one shift, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is so much fun, I miss this.
Yeah.
But it goes back either way. If you're doing something for long enough and something gets changed up, initially I really like it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, it's getting dark so early. This is so cool.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I can't wait to go home and watch a movie.
Yeah. And then you just
But now
just pain.
Yeah. And then the movie ends and there's nothing but a black screen and me staring back at myself, Sean.
Oh god. Painful.
I'm so upset.
Nothing but inner pain.
But I think keeping things new and fresh is what I like. But I think I'm glad that it changes.
Yeah.
I think if I had summer all the time, I would be a bit over the hot weather and the daytime and feeling bad about wasting daylight and stuff like that.
I think the biggest thing,
whereas in the winter there's no daylight to waste.
Exactly.
We're not even saving it. We're not even saving it. We're spending it as fast as we can make it
because there's nothing around.
Exactly.
It's just dark 24/7. No, I think the worst thing about sort of this time is when daylight savings ends and when it gets dark really early. I find it like real, not weird. It's not like I'm not depressed, but it's like, oh man, this kind of sucks. Like it's like 4:30 and it's already like pretty dark outside.
Dark,
Whereas normally it'd be like 4:30. Yes, I'm gonna take the dog for a walk because I've got plenty of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now it's like,
that.
you know what I mean? It just happens quicker, and you just sort of have a shorter day.
I do get that.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning. It's been cloudy and rainy in Sydney for.
Yeah, it's been pouring rain
for a
recently.
while now.
Yeah, for like a week.
For about a week, it's been like we're flooding and stuff.
Yeah, we're actually currently underwater.
Yeah.
Yep.
Google.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
But what was I going to say?
You were saying that it was dark.
I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And it was like it felt like night.
What time did you get up?
It was 6:45.
Very funny.
It felt like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was...
It's just because of the clouds, hey?
Yeah.
Just covering the sun.
The cloud cover was so thick, there was almost no light coming through. And
feels weird, hey?
I struggled to sit there eating breakfast. I looked out and I just wanted to go back to bed.
Yeah. I had something...
I don't know.
I had work...
It was hard.
Oh, that's you. I had work on... I had work Sunday morning at like 6:30.
Yep.
Very similar thing happened. I got up at like 6:15.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked out and it was just like pitch black still. And what it reminded me of was remember when you go on holidays, like whether you're catching a flight, like an early flight or something, and it's still dark outside. That's what it felt like. I feel like I was going on a holiday.
Yeah,
but even though it wasn't, I'm just going to work. I was just like, oh man, I don't know. I got to work. And it was cold.
I kind of did like it in a way.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to go back to bed.
Yeah.
I thought, man, it feels like I'm getting a real early start to this day.
It does feel like that.
I feel kind of good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was also equally as depressing because I wasn't actually getting an early start.
Yeah.
It was just dark.
Although the good thing is, this is going to, correct me if I'm wrong, but when daylight savings goes...
It gets lighter earlier.
It gets lighter earlier. So does that mean our clocks go back one? It goes back one. Yeah. Which means you get an extra hour of sleep.
Wait, it goes back one.
Yeah, back one.
Yes.
Yes. I'm almost
So
certain.
6 o'clock in the afternoon becomes 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it gets darker earlier.
Darker earlier, but brighter earlier.
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's correct. We sorted it out for everybody.
I know a lot of people are against the idea of daylight savings.
Really?
Does it bother you, or you kind of like it?
I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a good idea.
Mm.
I think it's summer. You get more time. Like it gets lighter later. I mean, it's still sunny when it's later.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, I find.
I love it going into winter. You get that night with an extra hour.
Yeah.
And you think
that's the best night.
And you wake up early.
Yeah.
And then you realize it's still 5 a.m. and you don't have to get up for another hour and a half.
I think last time it happened,
fantastic.
I was out late.
Yeah.
And the clocks went back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I was like, whoa.
Sorry, mate, we're closed. I don't think so, buddy.
Don't think so, brother.
I'll have another beer, thanks.
Yeah. Lockout laws not around. And then I'm pretty sure I went home. It probably intoxicated, I don't remember. But I remember going to sleep pretty late and then waking up. And then normally, you get up at like 10 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
And I looked at the clock. I was like, oh, it's only 9 o'clock. What the hell? It's great. It's a great time.
It's fantastic.
But it works both ways. That night where you lose an hour's sleep is brutal.
It's rough. Yeah. It legit throws you in a loop that next day.
Yeah.
You just think, I got 8 hours, but I didn't.
You did, I got up at 10 instead of 9 or something like that. That's the worst. You know when you roll over and you still have the day off, but you look at the phone and it's like 10 o'clock and you're like, I really should be out of bed right now. And you have to have you ever woken up and both of your legs have been asleep? Like dead asleep?
No.
This happened to me the other day.
Not both legs. I think that's called a heart attack.
No. I swear to God, this is what happened. Okay. I jumped out of bed and when and body part is really, really asleep.
Yeah.
It's like
you can't feel it. It feels like
it's like genuinely like you can't move
someone else's arm.
Yeah, you can't move it. Yeah. So I remember I think I checked the phone and I was like, I just wanted to hop out of bed. So I was like, all right. I remember I banged up, like straight up out of bed, both feet, and went and fell straight backwards, straight into bed. And I was standing at my roof like,
you couldn't even move.
I was like, oh man, I can't feel my legs.
Yeah.
So I had to give it like 2 minutes for me to get back up because just my leg was just. I think it was probably only one of them. But
I think I've told this story before. But I once was sleeping on my arm in an awkward way, and it went asleep. Like there was no feeling in it.
You got this.
And I ended up rolling in my sleep over I rolled over in my sleep somehow, and my arm flinged up. And my hand touched my face.
Oh, you thought it was someone else?
But because because my hand is asleep.
Yeah.
It didn't. It was like the sensation was one way. All my face felt was some strange hand touching it.
Did you jump out of bed?
And I legit freaked out, grabbed my own hand from in front of my face and threw it away from my body. Yeah. And it smacked against the wall. I just pegged it against the wall.
That is hilarious.
Made a massive bang. It didn't hurt because my arm was dead.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, wobbling it.
Did you who's that? Who's that? And you're like, oh shit, it's my own hand.
Mum came upstairs. It was
really?
It was that hard. I threw my hand against the wall that hard. And she came in and she just said, what was that? And I said, my hand fell asleep and it touched my face and I threw it against the wall.
She goes, fair enough.
Makes sense.
Classic Michael.
Yeah, me too.
Get it? Yeah, man, that happened last night.
Do you ever, keep it on the subject of body parts falling asleep, do you ever, sometimes you get your phone out when you're sitting on the toilet and you realize you've been there a bit too long.
And your legs fall asleep?
And it's been I've been sitting here for 20 minutes, half an hour, and you start moving.
Pins and needles in your legs.
Pins and needles in your legs.
Yeah.
And you go to get up and it's your legs.
Never that bad.
I legit, you take a step and it just travels
just
up.
Pain.
And it's this weird pins and needles sickening feeling.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice at the same time.
I've gotten up and I've had it and I'm like, wow, I was on there too long. So I was quickly let's go. But yeah.
It's not good.
I had a funny story that I was talking to a friend of mine about this. I hope she doesn't mind. I don't think she listens to the podcast, but I want to tell the story anyways. Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny. Her bed is up against a brick wall in her room. She just has exposed brick in her room, but she doesn't have a bed head. It's a piece of wood between.
I can already see where this is going.
You see where this is going? So she not early one morning, but morning one day, I think I'm getting my story right. She jumped into bed and smacked her head against the back wall, and then she instantly knocked herself out. And then she got up 6 hours later.
Oh, really?
And thought she just had a nap. She was like, oh, I must have just fell asleep. Oh, she went to work that night and then I think she like went to soccer, and then like she started getting all wigged out, and then she had to go to hospital because she had a concussion because she like whacked her own head against the brick wall. Yeah, how crazy is that? Yeah.
I see. That's really strange because I've always thought that like if you're out for any longer than like a few seconds from being knocked out, like a concussion, like UFC fighters when they get knocked out, they don't stay down. They tend to wake up shortly after, a bit disorientated. Yeah. But if you're passed out, it's really bad for your brain. You get brain damage.
Yeah, no.
But maybe it was like a mixture of she hit it and fell asleep kind of thing. I think like the concussion made her fall asleep.
I'm not sure.
But then they say never fall asleep when you have a concussion.
Yeah.
So I think your friend.
Well, she's fine.
I think your friend's brain damage.
Yeah, I know. She was talking quite fine.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she was slurring her words, but I think she was just drunk. No. Hey. Yeah, that was just a funny story talking about beds, and I was like, she was telling me the story, and I was like, what the hell? She's like,
pretty lucky, nothing else happened.
I was like, what? I was like, get a bed head. Damn it, it's not hard.
And put some pillows down or something.
I never would have thought of that, but like if my bed was up against a brick wall, I would never think, oh yeah, I better get a bed head just in case I smack my own head against it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't really have a bed head, but you don't have a brick wall behind.
No one looks at a wall and thinks, I'm going to smack my head on that one day by accident. Yeah. Everyone likes to think they're a little more coordinated than they really are.
Well, it's not hard to throw yourself into bed without hitting your head. I do it quite often.
Oh.
Never really hit my head.
No?
You hit your head jumping in bed?
Quite often.
Really?
Yeah.
Bit silly. That's what those dents in the walls are, aren't they?
I used to not have a bed head. And what I would do is I'd sit up in bed, but what would happen is my bed would slide forward as I was leaning against the wall.
Silly man.
And I'd end up falling down the gap.
Silly boy.
It was not fun.
You ever slept in a bed without a bed base? Like you're just on the floor mattress?
This bed was on the floor for about 6 to 8 months before I got a bed base.
Bed
like
base?
A bed frame.
It's actually not too bad.
It's good fun.
Is it? Do you have a lot of fun just sleeping on the floor?
Okay, man, I wouldn't say it's fun, but
it doesn't creak, you know what I mean?
It's fine. Yeah.
It's just like, it doesn't creak.
Yeah.
You're just sort of stable. You know what I mean?
So much jumping on the bed.
It's just very stable.
No one can even tell. Quiet as a mouse.
Yeah. I'm happy until it turns to winter. Then I'm just depressed. You know what I mean? Just sad.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I better get a bed base to sort this out.
It's a bit cold.
It's a bit cold
coming through the ground.
Yeah, because you're lower to the ground. It's colder.
Heat rises.
Unless
it's my bedroom. It's always steamy in here. Yep.
Yep. We're going to stop with that.
On that note, let's talk about consent.
Yes. My favorite thing.
Should we just get straight into it?
Which one do you want to talk about?
Let's start with the app idea.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw this on, I think on some news website. And I'm pretty sure I'm very unfamiliar when it comes to like, there was like some of those rape allegations that are going around the government and stuff.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yep.
I saw a few headlines and I went, that's pretty crazy.
I'm not in the loop.
And I
which
never.
is bad because I should be.
I'm very out of the loop too. But I did see someone suggested, hey, why don't we make a sexual consent app where two parties that want to engage in some fun time will use the app to, I guess, record each other's consent, whether that's over voice or whether it's like, I don't know, maybe there's like an app thing where they both have to like tick something.
Pings to their phone.
You know, like, you know, when you sign in at at your local pub, it's just sort of like you scan the barcode or something like that.
I have a QR code above my bed.
You're about to get in. You're like, have you signed in? Have you signed in? We're not continuing if you haven't signed in.
Just to be clear, you don't have any of the following diseases.
Yeah, just go, you ticked, you're getting sued. Yeah, that was like an idea. And I was just like, let's write it down for a topic idea. Like, what do you think of that? I don't know.
To be honest, it doesn't sound far off from like what asking regular consent should be.
Yeah, but I guess it's more of like a set in stone.
I guess it's like written. I guess
it's like a written thing.
It's maybe just to protect people from false.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like accusations.
Yeah. It's sort of like a, hey, we both did this, and if someone's like, oftentimes like one party might be like, I kind of regret doing that.
Yeah. And
even in the situation, they might have like wanted it, but then the next day they might have been like, oh, like why did I do that? That was so stupid. Yeah. But at least they have this app, I guess, that's like, hey, you agreed at the time, so you can't go around.
See, but the thing is though, because you can't like being under the influence of drugs or alcohol doesn't, even if you say, yeah, I want to have sex, I think even on a recording, it still doesn't count as consent because you're under the influence.
Yeah.
Like you can't ever technically legally get consent.
Yeah.
Like get legal consent from anyone under
who's
the
under the influence. Yeah. I think I've heard about that too.
Which is,
it's just sort of the way it works.
Crazy. I'd say in most cases when a guy and a girl, or even like girl and a girl, a guy and a guy, if one of them's drunk, 99% of the time, the other one's also drunk or on drugs. Like it's an equal party thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it can't happen.
Yeah.
100%, but it's like, well, it goes both ways. Like say, I don't know. It's a tricky situation.
It's tough, isn't
Consent is such a gray area. Well, it's technically not a gray area because
it's technically yes or no.
Yeah, it's like, did you want to have sex or do you want to? Yes, then let's have sex.
Go do it.
Or it's like, if you don't, then absolutely not. Let's not, because that's your wish.
Yeah,
it's technically that simple.
Yeah,
but in practice,
it's not.
It's often not that simple.
It's often not.
Yeah.
No.
For some people, the sheer fact of like communicating that idea is like seen as unsexy.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you have to stop and talk about whether you're both okay with the situation and break the mood? I'm like, really? I think that's a bit silly.
It's not hard to just be like, hey, it's all good.
Are you cool with this? This is going.
We're all happy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's like, are you both on the same page about where it's going?
Yeah.
You know, how in depth is this conversation?
That's why we need an app, Michael. Just imagine pulling it out.
I just think I don't know. I just think the app.
I thought it was an interesting idea.
I think it's an interesting idea.
I think,
but it feels so flawed, and it feels like it wouldn't actually aid any sort of serious criminal
I don't think it would help. I mean, no. I think it would help.
Yeah.
But only in the slightest, like, few cases. But like, that's what I mean by like.
Also, like,
if it only helps a few people, you may as well have it. You know, if it helps those a couple times, then maybe such a thing should exist. You know what I mean? What's that? What did you just scream in your face like that?
It's my mum's birthday, and I forgot to call her.
Oh my God!
I'll call her right now. I knew it was her birthday because I was.
You can only call her right now.
No, I'll do it when the pod ends.
Okay.
20 minutes. That's okay.
Yeah. Did someone message you?
Yeah, my dad just messaged me.
Did you give her a gift?
We're gonna put in for a wetsuit for her.
Oh, nice. A wetsuit.
She's getting real into swimming.
Surfing? Oh, just swimming.
Just swimming.
Oh, okay.
She loves swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, down the coast.
Yeah, they're still down the coast, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They had a weekend.
They're back soon.
They had a weekend with my parents. My parents went down the other day.
They did? Did they enjoy it?
They did. They said it was really cool.
I'm glad.
I saw the photos of the houses. It looked really cool.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
It's a really nice house.
Yeah.
It seems from the photos.
It is very lovely.
Yeah. Have you been down there?
No, I'm yet to make the most of it.
Yeah. You got to go make it. You just go down there.
Yeah, I will.
Why don't you?
I will.
Why don't you?
It's all right.
Treat yourself.
My girlfriend keeps being like, wait, when are you taking me down?
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. I'm like, you have a girlfriend. Go down.
Yeah, or if I was single, why would I ever? Or
you could bring down the boys.
Oh, no, I don't
and
want
get on down there. You know what I mean?
To get trashed.
That's not going to happen. Nah, that'll definitely happen.
Yeah, now I just feel like a terrible son.
Yep.
I've been so busy today.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, like what? Busy?
That's not really an excuse, is it?
You're busy enough for your mum?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Michael.
Too busy for blood.
Yep.
Where were we? Consent.
What did you want to talk about? The other thing?
The vlog squad.
Yeah.
So David Dobrik and friends.
David Dobrik.
Not really and David Dobrik, but it brings up like
Chiefs.
a big thing just about
dudes, broskies.
Yeah.
Like. Do you want to fill everyone in who's unfamiliar?
Yeah. Actually, no. I was going to bring up a point about the app.
Yeah.
Say you and me are drunk and we decide to hook up.
Okay.
Don't get to it,
mate.
Hey, calm down there.
It's happened before, mate.
And I get you to sign the app, and then I rape you.
I mean, what? Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, but
that was very sudden. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, but then I do that, and then at the end of the night, I'm like, had your consent.
But like,
can you see the implications of that?
But like, by me signing it, I'm agreeing.
Yeah, but you weren't under the like. You weren't under
Are you saying that like you're
you didn't think that I was going to force you into any positions you didn't want to be? You weren't under the impression that I wouldn't listen to you or like respect your wishes during the act.
Oh,
like you just thought, yeah, I want to have sex with you, and then it turned into something
a bit too
that
far.
You didn't want. Yeah, because consent is a fluid thing. It's like something that happens throughout.
Yeah.
At any point, you can back out of it. Yeah. Back out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Guys and girls, you can always just be like, "I'm sorry, I'm not feeling this."
Yeah.
And it's perfectly fine. But it's like by having an app to say that, like, does an alarm go off to make sure both people check in and are still cool with the situation?
That's a good idea. Every 2 minutes. Touch the app. It's a bit silly. I mean, look, it could work. It might not. I mean, what's the harm in making an app and being like, hey, people can use this, whether people use it or not. It's up to them, but I feel like it's an option that could be utilized. You know what I mean? Some people might be like, "Hey, I'm not doing it unless we get that app," and someone's on the app store quickly. Yeah, quickly download that app. Yeah, could work. Why not? Yeah. Who knows?
I think it. I just thought of a better product idea, but then I thought about it for more than a second, and I thought it's not a very good product idea.
Well, you have to share it with everybody.
So, it's a breathalyzer. Connected to your pants. Your pants don't come off. It's like a
shackle.
Yeah, your pants don't come off unless you...
What if you need to pee?
You breathalyze 0. Well, there's a pee button on that.
Imagine waking up the next morning, like no intention of doing anything with anyone, but you're still drunk and you still can't take off your pants. like I've got work, get off.
You go home, you're sweaty from the club. Yeah, and you just want to have a shower, but you can't.
You can't because you've got the pants on.
Okay,
that'd be annoying.
It was a very flawed idea, really. Yeah. But Vlog Squad. So
what's a Vlog Squad? What the hell is that?
At the moment, so David Dobrik.
What's a David Dobrik? What's that?
Todd Smith. What are their other names?
I don't know.
Natalie Noel.
Basically,
David Dobrik's vlogs. Yeah. His kind of group got into a little bit of
allegations and some stuff going on.
Some stuff that's not really that clear at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're not going to say too much as like definitive proof.
No.
But
it's still an interesting sort of situation.
To my understanding, the story goes, and this is a lot based off Jeff Wittick's video.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually pretty big fan of. I like a lot of his content.
Yeah.
Like he does Jeff's Barbershop, which is basically
he's a pretty funny dude.
He's a funny guy. He has like a barbershop interview show, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But he released a video, and he seems like the only real Vlog Squad member. Sounds so weird saying Vlog Squad, like I'm the biggest fanboy ever.
Yeah.
The only real like Vlog
sort of
Squad
person
member
within the group that have come out and said
that is
besides David. I think David made a video himself,
but he didn't even really mention it. He just spoke kind of quiet.
Give us the whole
so
first.
The story is, are you familiar with David Dobrik's vlogs? Like you've watched a lot of them?
I've watched a few. Yeah, I think I've watched that particular one ish.
So there's one where Dominicus, or Dirty Dom is what they call him.
Yeah,
he has
a member of like the group. I guess.
A member of the group, or used to be. He put out an Instagram story of him saying, "Hey, any girls in the area want to come over and have a threesome or foursome?"
Yeah.
And David caught wind of it and was like, "Let's go to his place and film these interactions.
Yeah.
Like just see what happens.
See what happens.
We might get some content."
Yeah.
This is told by Jeff Wittick.
Yeah.
It's a bit of like internet drama. We're now a drama channel.
We are a drama channel.
And so apparently they went over there. Nothing was happening.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened. Someone along this kind of space bought alcohol for some of these girls that were under the age of 21.
Yeah.
And one of them ended up getting drunk. And later on in the night after
David left.
Apparently David left with Jeff and a bunch of the others, like a bunch of like the main Vlog Squad members, raped a girl while she was like semi-unconscious from the alcohol.
Yeah.
Now, in between the next day, the mates had heard that he had the threesome, but they didn't know those details.
He didn't know that.
And so David went back to the scene and was like, let's film some fake segments. We'll spray you down with water and we'll get you coming out of the room all sweaty.
Yeah.
And so it looked like David was aware of the act, like in the video. It looked like it happened then and there, and like he walked out of the room all sweaty and whatever, but it was really kind of staged and fake. And Dom did this thing behind their backs, without realizing. And then it came out now years later.
Yeah, so basically there was an article written where one of the girls in the videos basically explained what happened.
Yeah.
Was like, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people went to the video and were like, wow, David knew about this. Wow, he was in the room, kind of thing. But then Jeff made a video basically saying, look, this is how a lot of this stuff's fake. And that particular bit was faked. We went back the day later and that's when it happened.
Yeah.
And then he basically, because that whole alcohol thing, he sort of cleared his name by saying that he didn't buy it. Because I think someone else mentioned that he bought it, but then he came out and said he's sober and he hasn't bought a drink in ages, and he didn't buy it.
I had no reason to, like, I'm not going to surround myself or even put myself in an incriminating position. Like, I can't, like, the way he was so real about it kind of makes me believe Jeff.
Yeah.
I just think, like
he was pretty solid.
He has a bit of a dodgy past. Like, he's been to jail for, like, drug-related stuff. Yeah. But he seemed to have, like, really kind of...
He was like, I'll find that camera footage of, like, the bottle shop. Like, I will find it and show that it's not you. And so... Not me.
And he even has footage of him talking to the article writer. Yeah. Saying that she made stuff up about his involvement. Yeah. In order to get views and because it's her job. Like, quote, her job. Yeah. To do that. It's like to up the story.
There wouldn't be a story without sort of jumping.
Yeah, and like throwing some names in. Yeah. Like,
because I think she heard from someone else that he did it. Yeah. And then that obviously isn't 100% true. Yeah. But then she just went and wrote the article anyways, sort of saying, "Hey, Jeff did this."
But I was listening to like all this stuff, like, because I heard about it and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" Like, I watch David Dobrik's vlogs. Yeah. Like, no shame. Like, they're quite entertaining. Really? They're very entertaining. But like, you kind of wonder, you're like, oh, these people I'm a kind of fan of. Like, I want to suss out whether or not this is kind of true or has some weight to it. It seems like the actual act that maybe Dom committed kind of does have some weight to it. Yeah. So, you know, he hasn't appeared in a lot of their content for ages anyway, and I think because of like his habits as a character. Yeah. And so like they kind of distance themselves anyway. But now it's like, like, I don't know if I can... And yet David's response to it is very much like, let's like briefly talk about consent in videos and how I try and ask consent when making videos, and like, I be careful about it. And sometimes consent changes and people wish for stuff to get taken down, and I do that. But it's like, he didn't once mention the situation at all. Yeah. He just said...
He just basically mentioned
this thinly veiled, like, curtain of consent, and he just hovered in front of it. Like, he's just, that was it. Yeah. It's just like, okay.
Which is usually how he deals with things. Like, there's been other things, like, there's been other things about his vlogs and stuff that have come out, and he just never usually says anything. Yeah. Which usually is probably the best thing to do. But in this situation...
By not engaging in the drama, it just kind of blows over. Yeah. And I think a lot of the stuff he had been accused of in the past they weren't as serious. Yeah. But
when someone gets...
But when someone's, like, apparently like, at least come out and say, we didn't know about it. Yeah. Or like, we weren't sure. This is the process of me filming that video. Because he could show the dates of when films were clipped. Yeah. Like, the dates of filming. He could show that the spray down with the water bottle, like, showing Dom coming out of the room was the day after. Because it's all metadata on those videos. Like, you can have a look at that sort of stuff. Like, come out and defend yourself. By not defending himself, he kind of... is not admitting guilt, but it looks guilty. Yeah. And I'm then it's like just dodgy.
Yeah, but then it's just sort of like, that's just how he deals with it. You know what I mean? Whether he's been guilty or innocent in the past, he just never usually says anything. So it's just sort of like,
I just feel like this is next level.
Yeah. But you probably should have said something.
I feel like also you got.
But he could be dealing with it in the behind the scenes. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do it publicly.
That's true.
He could be like, you know, because sorting this out with the girl, with them, with the people. Like, hey, really sorry. Like, let's sort this out.
And because this is now, I think, like, I think it's now like quite a serious. Like, it's probably might turn into a criminal case. Yeah. Not just like rumors or drama. Which is also like the last thing you want is that evidence becoming like public to people. What really, even if you are not guilty, like you still want to keep it on the down low.
What really should happen is the person who did it, Dom, or like he's the one that did it. Yeah. Allegedly, he really should be coming out and. Like, whether he speaks his truth or admits to it, he should be doing something about it. But there's been no word of it yet, so who knows? But
we'll keep you posted.
Look, if there was an app for this that would have sorted this out, maybe this whole thing wouldn't have happened.
Consent app mixed with my initial breathalyzer idea. Yep. Maybe.
But what if they're under the age? No, wait, never mind. That doesn't make sense. Ignore what I just said.
Why would it ever matter if they're underage, Sean? It's never...
No, I'm talking about if they're like 19 and in America you have to be 21 to drink. Yeah. But I'm like, wait. Yeah. Why would their pants would open anyways if there's a breathalyzer, because they wouldn't be drinking because they have to be 21. Yeah. You see what I just figured out? I figured it all out up here.
So it's pretty shocking.
Connected. Yep.
the age of consent around the world, like
16,
a lot of European countries are like, or we're in Australia, we're 16.
Yeah.
Our age of consent is 16.
Yeah.
Which I only found out today because we were talking about it like it was 18 in this. I think we were talking about like some.
Yeah, I always knew it was 16.
A case or something.
Yeah.
And we're talking about it as 18.
Yeah.
As in like you just can't. But it's actually 16.
16.
Which I didn't know. I always thought like if a 40-year-old man slept with a 17-year-old girl, I thought that was illegal, but it's technically not.
Technically, no.
No, it's morally, maybe
morally a bit how you going.
how you going.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's because a lot of other things like alcohol, all that kind of stuff is 18 here. So you just think that's 18 as well, but it's not. It's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of some countries, it's like 13, the age of consent. Yeah. It's real bad. Like it should be raised worldwide, I think, to at least 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Even 18.
You just avoid that whole situation at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think I've always thought about it, and my understanding of it was that I think it should be okay. Like, say, I don't know, like an 18-year-old couldn't, it's technically statutory rape if they sleep with a 16-year-old. But they might, like, that's not too far-fetched of being, like, a potential relationship.
Yeah.
Like, a potential perfectly fine relationship. Like, it's a bit of an age gap at a young age, but it's not a huge deal, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I always thought that, like, there should be a minimum age gap. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, so...
Like, as in, someone has to be at least 9 months apart.
Yeah, no, so it's like you wouldn't...
Or a maximum age.
Yeah, well, like, say you raised it to 18.
Yeah.
So you raised the age of consent to 18.
Yeah.
A 19-year-old couldn't then sleep with an 18-year-old legally, but there should be a pardon depending on your age gap. So if you're, say, 17...
Yeah.
And your partner's, like, say, under 20, that's fine. So, you know what I mean?
I think so.
As long as it's consensual.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Like when you're just sort of closer to the age.
Yeah, if you're close enough in age, then it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's like 18 is the age of consent, unless you're, say, under the age of 20. In that case, you can sleep with as low as like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, but then, like, where do you draw the line? You keep doing that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, the age of consent is 16, but if you're 17, and that's okay.
Well, you're both underage anyway.
But then if you're like, well, if one person's 18, is that too far?
Then I guess 16 and 17 are fine. Like,
well, why not 16 and 18? Where do you draw the line here, Mike?
18's already the age of consent, short.
What are you talking about? The age of consent is 16. You just said it before.
Yeah, but I was.
Oh, you're talking about your imaginary situation.
This is a dumb conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you think it just makes sense.
You were onto something brilliant there.
Because young people,
I just couldn't follow you.
Because like young people, no matter what you're gonna do, they're gonna have sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
consensual with an app.
We got a few minutes. Should we cover drama?
Do we cut drama and Subway all in one go?
Yeah,
well, not one go, but
let's pump it out.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, fucking get. Oh, I just swore.
Oh my god, just calm down. Call your mum. Oops.
Yeah, I need to.
Charlie Bravo again submitted his Subway order. This sub was my go-to for when ham was a 6-inch $5 sub for a day I had at uni. So, which is a brilliant idea.
A 6-inch $5 sub.
Yeah, so
that is great.
On particular days, Subway has like a deal where it's like if you order this and it's a 6-inch, it's $5 reduce. So he gets ham on Italian herbs and Swiss cheese toasted, lettuce, tomato, pickle, salt, generous with the pepper, avo with honey mustard sauce. Can I just say pickles? Like what? No way. I'm already like, ugh.
No?
I don't like pickles at all.
Can you read it again? I feel like that was a lot of topics.
Ham on Italian herbs with Swiss cheese toasted. Lettuce, tomato, pickle, salt, generous with the pepper, avo, and honey mustard sauce.
Lettuce, tomato, So your ham, cheese, and tomato.
Yeah, that's
toasted sandwich. That's
delicious.
That's standard.
Yeah, that's a nice sandwich.
Then what's he got in addition? Pepper.
He's got lettuce.
Add pepper to that. Lettuce. That's fine.
He's got lettuce.
Yep.
I
like the honey mustard.
Avo.
Yep.
And pickles. I like extra on top of like your standard.
I feel like because the meat to avo ratio. If it's just ham, avo
it's a squishy.
They're putting a lot of avo on that. For not much ham.
Okay.
So I'm saying I like the honey mustard. Pickles?
Pickles,
maybe.
nah.
Depends
I'm a
if you
big
like
no
them.
on the pickles.
I'm not a huge fan of them, so I feel like I can't comment. You
If
know
I
what
had
mean?
to eat this sandwich, I would like take the pickles off.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Honey mustard, I kind of like.
But I feel like I'd
idea
like
of.
everything else on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like weirdly this is kind of high. At first, when you hear it, you think, "Oh, a bit gross," but when you think about it, when you really
stop and have a think,
lick those lips and imagine
you're like,
it.
hang on a second, that would taste delicious.
I'm gonna say 6.
I'm saying 4.
Okay, we'll split the difference at 5 then.
It would have been 5 average sandwich, but with those pickles, bang, going down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the pickles. I personally not a huge fan, but apart from that, it's a real solid. It's a real solid number. I like the inclusion of the avocado, but maybe go light on it.
I think 5's. I think
five's actually good.
I think 5's actually a pretty solid one.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Charlie,
Yep.
bravo.
Yep.
5 it is, mate.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't have. I feel like there's not too much to like discuss on that.
No, that was
just
pretty
like,
solid.
It's
That
a
was
pretty.
5.
It's a pretty simple sandwich.
And it's $5 too. Come on now.
You
That's
can't
pretty
get
good.
it wrong. Price.
5 out of 10.
The price.
$5.
10 out of 10
10 out of 10.
for the price.
But we're not judging
The
price.
sandwich. What's the difference between 1? The sandwich is a 1, but you split the difference. 5.
$5 dues,
Yeah,
bruh.
5. 5 out of 10, mate.
So from Catherine,
Yes.
got some more gossip,
Yes.
but just standard gossip. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Just some playful stuff
Yep.
this week. It's pretty serious last week.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, kind of.
But this one's just lighthearted.
Oh.
You know, just a bit fun.
Love it. Someone slipped over.
No, similar.
Work
Well,
health
not
and
really,
safety.
actually. This week's gossip is more lighthearted and funny.
Oh, love that.
It felt necessary.
I mean, we'll decide that. won't
So
we?
my manager brought in her rollerblades and was riding around in them at work. Obviously, we were slow. And then a week later, our boss told her she needed to come in for an evaluation. She didn't mention the roller skates, just said there had been too much messing around. So I guess her got in trouble for the rollerblades, and she also sent a video of the rollerblading.
Oh, in the kitchen as well.
Oh. Looks like someone's going to fall there.
They're like floorboards in the kitchen.
Whee! Yeah.
That's a strange looking kitchen. That usually kitchens look like a wet area, like a place you can spray a bunch of water.
Floorboards are right. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. Usually it's like tiles.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Fun.
Fun idea. She got in trouble for it. It seems.
I feel like this boss would be having a lot of meetings with his workers.
That's lighthearted and fun. I get it. But still, where did the idea of bringing in roller skates to work come from?
Yeah.
Where does that go? Oh, hey, I brought in my roller skates today. Okay. You know
I think
what
you have to work at a certain type of really chill workplace.
I want to know whether this conversation came up earlier. Like, were you having a shift with this person and they're like talking about rollerblading?
Yeah.
And someone's like, hey, why don't you bring him in?
Maybe we should be a rollerblading pizza place. Like the ones where they deliver the pizzas
ride around.
Yeah.
And like in Ratatouille.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, he rides around.
At the end of that movie, he's the only waiter in the restaurant.
Yeah, because he's riding around going, because they all left.
Yeah.
Because there were rats all in the kitchen making food.
Look, it's fair enough.
What a weird movie.
I'd probably leave too.
What a weird movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's a great movie. But it's weird. Always makes me hungry. You know what I mean? You know when they talk about food, you're like, oh man, I really want some ratatouille.
I just want to eat rat.
I want to eat ratatouille
Roasted
right now.
rat.
Is that what ratatouille is? No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Yeah, they served up a dish of like a dead relative.
Get Uncle John out here. We need him. Get him slow cooked.
Get Johnny. He's nice and plump.
Yeah. Need a bit more fat on the boy.
All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right, thank you for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. Thank you, Catherine and
Charlie and Cole
for our listener mail. It's greatly appreciated. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, I'll reply to all those messages. I left them because I was like, I want to talk to them on the podcast. But thanks for all your messages in.
Yep.
We really appreciate it.
Maybe Instagram will let us set up a few generic responses.
Yep.
Of like, thanks for your input.
Just like a bot. I'll set up a bot that just goes, thank you for replying to our story. We'll get back to you.
They ask us a question and all we say is, thanks.
Thanks. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name's been Michael.
Mine has been Sean.
You can follow the Young Crumbs podcast on Instagram at the Young Crumbs podcast, at the Young Crumbs podcast. No underscores, no spaces, no dots. Follow me on Instagram at MOB_Y_Dick. That's Moby Dick. Yours is?
At Sean_Wool99. That's at Sean_Wool99.
That's
it. That's
Thank
it.
you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Bye.